Yo, what's up? Welcome to the Raiders Fan Show. I'm your host, Dirty Low. We got the homie Gravy in the building. We got Gabe. He's not there right now, but there he is, but he's not. And then we got our special guest for the evening. He's been here before. Make sure you guys give a round of applause for the for the homie the Go 209, Josh, aka Josh.
How you guys doing, man?
What's up, guys?
How's it going, bud?
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Chilling. Shit. Let me get this little adjustment real quick. Get us in here, man. It's week 3. Gabe's in the building. What up, babe? Gabe, hey. Shit. Let me lower this a little.
Cracking Gabe.
Big Gabe, bro. He was in Vegas this weekend too, tearing it up. Yeah. Thank you guys for everybody for pulling up. Let me get to the comments real quick. Shout out Dark, shout out Michael G, Raider fans 32. Nice for you guys pulling up, man. I appreciate you. J-Dub, Milka Beezy's in the building. J-Dub showing love. Cool Kev's in the building, man. Thank you guys for all pulling up, man. Appreciate everything that you guys are doing. Hope you guys are having a good week. I'm over here getting over the Parvo right now, and we were talking about it backstage. Josh was saying that he's had it about like 18 times.
That's what we call the COVID in Fresno.
Yeah, we call it
the Parvo. That's what he said. I was like, what?
I think it sounds better.
Yeah, it sounds so.
I mean, just don't call it the vid. It sounds like you got an STD or something.
For real, man. Like, every time I hear that shit what comes to mind, the vid. Like, what the hell?
Hey, Raider Ben, what's going on, bro? How you doing, man? Thank you for pulling up. Hi, Ro. What's up, brother? What's going on?
Hi, Ro.
Yeah, shit. Tell everybody it's a game. Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, shit.
Raider P.
There's a little bit of drama in the YouTube podcast world right now. We'll get into that a little bit later, bro.
There's always drama in the Raider scene, man. It's
crazy.
I mean.
Literally, they had me kicked out of a lounge area. Now they fucking were like, "Hey, can you get those guys out of here, please?" I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
what the hell?
Yeah. My boy got kicked out of a place that he just showed up real quick, and the certain owner
what is the Raider parties or what?
Yeah,
Tropicana.
Tropicana. What was that? The blackout one?
I think it was. It was that.
It wasn't the Brothers Oos. It wasn't the Oos brothers.
Yeah, I was with them this weekend. Fitz and TJ.
Yeah.
No, it was more like Mitchell. I didn't even know who it was because my brother-in-laws were there because I guess they had RSVP for a party, right? I showed up, and it was I guess that guy Mitchell Reyes and like those guys over there. So I was like, fuck. As soon as I got there, I hit up my other cousin. And told him, hey, let's roll to Fremont, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to be here right now, you know what I mean? So on that little moment, they went to the bar area, I guess, and fucking thought I was by myself or something. And like, she said, like, do we have a problem? I was like, yeah, well, what's up, homie? We got a problem? Well, yeah, we got a problem. And then he was like, because he went up to my face, I was like, I wasn't gonna just like be like a little bitch or something like, let me leave, you know, like. And then he was, he had all his little, people go over there, but he realized that nothing was going, like, he wasn't going to do anything, you know what I mean? Because it just wasn't going to happen. He wasn't prepared for, I guess, the reaction, I guess. So he had security pretty much just go over there and remove us.
Yeah. So
do you fuck somebody's girl or something? What the
Oh, okay. So Josh, like, it's kind
of, I don't know what's going on.
So, let me put it the lightest way possible, and like, I should have said something because I don't know we're gonna talk about it right away, but you know what I mean. This is kind of the one thing that's kind of been bad about this, and I've kind of noticed certain things, and people have told me like when you get into the whole culture and stuff, everybody wants to be the guy or whatever, whatnot. I just want to be a fan, you know what I'm saying, and the guy that's actually throwing the party kind of motherfucked all of us, tried to come on my boy the first year when we were in Vegas, and it was just a lot of bullshit. And I don't want to mention his name. I don't want to mention his name because I think he's a pussy personally. You know what I mean? Because he started calling people out, telling people like you can go kill themselves, doing all kinds of way out shit. You know what I mean? And when I was having a conversation with a couple other people, they're like, yeah, we kind of moved away from him. You know what I mean? And it's all that little group right there. But It's I'll tell you.
I wish
I don't know nobody, so I have no idea who you're talking about.
Josh.
He looks like gravy, but skinny.
But I'm like 30 years older. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm more handsome.
I just wish I would have knew what like the fuck that just should have showed up there, dog. Like it was just a bad on my part.
It was like a bad situation, yeah. So, but yeah, he was out there.
Everybody wants to be the man, and you know, like I've gotten death threats and shit too, and you know, everybody wants to be the man. Everybody hates. I like going one ear out the other because as long as your friends and your family like you, who gives a shit? You know, it don't matter.
Don't matter. And he has the same exact name as you.
His name's Josh.
Ooh. Yeah.
I have no idea who you're talking about, man. I'm horrible with names. I'll like have to look it up now.
Here, I'll put it in the private chat. If anybody in the chat wants to put it up, you guys can. But I just put it in the private chat. So if you look at the private chat right now, it's going to be funny.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who that is?
No.
Good.
Nice.
That's a good thing, bro. That's a good thing. That means we hot. That means we're hot then.
Yeah, fucking.
No, I mean, listen, man. No, and like I'll give you an example. Like, so when I first started reaching out to people, I started reaching out end of last year, and I had a lot of heat on me. I had some, I'm not going to mention their name, but they declined to have me on because their supporters were car, and it would affect their pocketbook. And I was super nice, and I'm like, no, man, I understand, like 100%, I feel you. He's like, nothing against you. I'm like, no. I was super respectful about it, but like, I feel you where the hate comes in because like everybody wants to do this, everybody wants to get their views, and a lot of people are competing for this stuff because some people do this stuff for a living, you know. Right. And like I said, let it go one ear out the other. You know, Raider fans, we're fucking dysfunctional, man.
Yeah, trust me. I literally left that fucking once they like escorted us out or whatever. They literally waited till I got into an Uber. Fucking we fucking just shit. I didn't let that shit ruin my night. That's for sure, dog. Shit, I was lit that night, man. I didn't get fucking back to the room till like 5 a.m. shit. So I for sure didn't let it fuck up my weekend, dog. That shit, I was lit this whole fucking weekend. Fuck, man. It was only bad downfall was the Raider game.
Yeah.
I hella forgot to fucking DM you. I was in J-Lot all day too.
Fuck, man. That was fucking. I barely even made it to the tailgate. I was only there for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours at most, because I was from the night before.
I know. I woke up at like 11 or 12 and like ordered food and staggered out the door. Like I was so happy it was a night game. Like you have no idea. If it was a 9 o'clock, if it was a 9 o'clock game, I would have missed kickoff like 100%. Like
I would not. Yeah, like it was just like fuck. No, no way I'm making it to the 1 o'clock because they were at the tailgate by 1 o'clock. My family and all them that were out there. They were at the tailgate since 1 o'clock, set up right there on the first. Right there by the U station in the corner where they had like their they were cooking.
Yeah, the DJ
in the corner. Yeah. We were like
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We were right across from them, but like I didn't get there till like 3:30 and shit. I was just like, damn, man.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
He must have been lit up, bro. He was looking at him. He's like, dude.
Shit, that shit was horrible.
Man, that's Vegas for you, brother. That's the whole reason why they built Vegas, for that.
Yeah, fucking, it was just an ugly sight. Now when I'm walking across the bridge from like the Mandalay Bay to that shit, it was an ugly sight, man. It was
it was bad, dude. So like I heard reports it was 50-50 Steelers and Raider fans. And to me, it looked that bad. Like you saw when JJ Watt, I don't know, most people turn off the game. But when JJ Watt left, it was doing the post-game interview, got the game ball. Oh, it was going wild in there. Wild. And it's like, not Raider fans booing, Steelers fans cheering. And I was like, this is fucking gross, dude. Like, I even recorded it and screen recorded it on the NFL Network when I was there. Because I'm like, I'll repost it sooner or later. I'm like, this is just bullshit, dude. This is gross. Like, there is no home field advantage.
He said 70-30, huh? Like he was like 70-30 in here. I was like, damn, man.
No, as the game went on, it looked like 60-40. That's what it looked like.
Yeah. Like I know it wasn't that, but he was like a little bit over exaggerated just because like they came off a weight and shit like that. But still, it was just gross. Like it was just like even 50-50 at first. You know what I mean? Like it was just like, man, that shit was just looking at all of that shit, man. Just like, damn.
They won too.
It would never happen in Oakland. Like, but hey, we got money, I guess now, right?
Being a Raider fan is like being a codependent, mentally abusive relationship. It's very, very mentally abusive.
Yeah. No, I just posted today. I was like, they fuck you. That's just what they do. Like, you don't need a woman. The Raiders will fuck you every day. It's great. It's like,
I shared that shit. That shit was funny as hell.
I know. I was driving into work, and I'm like, this is some bullshit. They'll just fuck you every day.
Exactly.
So, Gabe, what was your assessment, bro? What was your assessment of the game from a real quick one? What did you think, bro?
They still. I mean, they got the running game going very minimal, but it's just still not, what we're used to seeing. I think, and it does have a lot to do with, the Jimmy G's just his decision making, man. It's just like, what the fuck is going on? I thought we, got rid of that. You know what I mean? Like that type of decision making and that, like, just like, man, it doesn't help that the offensive line just played. I mean, the defensive line, you got to give credit to the defensive line for Pittsburgh, but I mean, they were giving them 2 seconds that, at the most 3 seconds to throw, which you should have sometimes that much time to throw with supposedly this, offense under McDaniels where he, is predicated on getting at the ball out of the quarterback's hands fast, but it just was the game was sloppy, bro. And then it looked at one point we gave up, and then we started finally coming back, and you got stupid ass McDaniels just man, everybody's talked about it, you know what I mean? Like, why the fuck is he, he says and then in his press conference, because we needed 2 possessions. No, you needed 1 to tie it, bro. Maybe 2 possessions if you didn't get the touchdown.
To win, right. Yeah, 2 possessions.
But the thing is, like, bro, you wasted 2 minutes off the clock if you're already gonna take the field goal. You know what I mean? You're better off pinning them down deep if you don't get it, and you still have the 3 timeouts that you ended up fucking wasting anyway on the next drive. So it's just and then no accountability from fucking McDaniels in the press conference. Just like, it's just bad, bro. It was a fucking shit show. You know what I mean? It just, oh damn! Like the second interception for Jimmy G looked like, what the fuck is this? Is he doing this shit on purpose? What the fuck is that? What was that?
The second one.
That second one was horrible, bro.
The defense showed up, but I thought the defense was going to show up either way. I mean, because of the offense just wasn't scary to me from Pittsburgh. So was it a big performance from the defense, or was it just, Pittsburgh being Pittsburgh on offense and just us not being able to do shit?
I think it was Pittsburgh's shit. And that's the thing, like, Pittsburgh had the worst offense in the league next to us. They had the worst defense in the league next to us. And then they had the worst run defense in the league. And we didn't capitalize on any of it, man.
None.
And this thing, like, we're paying Josh Jacobs $10, $11, $12 million, whatever the hell the tag is. And the dude's averaging like 3 yards a rush. Like, he's just not there. He's non-existent. And I don't know what the hell's going on. I thought he was. I told people, like, he should get 100 yards. He should rush for 120, something along those lines.
Easy.
Because the Steelers are giving up 5.5 yards per rush and gave up 180 yards in their games prior, and we couldn't do anything. We just didn't do shit, and we didn't even get our rushing game going until the end of the game. Yep.
It was just bad, man. Like,
we did was just waste clock. We just wasted clock. That last run that he did with Jacobs to try to get the first down. That wasted almost 48 seconds that we could have had. Now, I agree with Gabe on the second 4th down try when we got the penalty on the first one. I would have denied that penalty. I would have took that penalty, kept the field goal. You would have had 3 minutes and 55 seconds left. And then we ended up stopping them, and we would have had more time to score a touchdown. Then we didn't get anything. We gave them back the ball, and we got the ball. Then I don't know if we would have got a pick or not, but we could have used the clock better.
Yeah.
After that, and then we ended up kicking another field goal.
Yeah, I blame coaching. It's not the players at this point. It's coaching. Like all year I'm like, hey, let McDaniels do his thing. He has as many rings as our entire organization. Same with Ziegler. Like, they got players that actually can do work this year. We've upgraded at every position almost besides quarterback this year, and we did jack shit with it the first 3 games. It's coaching at this point. It's coaching. He's not a good coach. Yeah, I'm done defending McDaniels. His favorite line, like he said in the past 2 weeks, is "It is what it is." I'm like, no. I'm like, no, bro. Like, I'm done. I'm checked out. Fire that motherfucker. I know we run through coaches, but I think they hired him to try to make a splash instead of going with somebody that's safe and conservative, like Rich or another coach. They wanted to make a splash because it's Vegas. They want to sell tickets. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, even
tickets to who?
Yeah,
other team. They're gonna sell tickets to the other team.
Yeah,
I was even telling Chris from Protect the Shield, like shout out Chris from Protect the Shield, man. We were messaging each other just about the game and shit like that, right? And I turned around and told him, bro, I was like, man, I said sometimes you're just an assistant pimp. That's it, and you're not gonna be the pimp. You're gonna be the assistant, and that's all he is. That is all Josh McDaniels is. He's just a good coordinator. And then I'm sitting there looking at, like, I was pissed, bro. I was hella pissed on Sunday, bro. And I was just sitting there just talking mad shit like, bro, we got fucking over there, what was it, McDonald who from fucking Miami? They were literally saying that he was playing fucking video games and got most of his shit from fucking video games, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and in Colin Coward, I was listening to him today. He's like, we went the total opposite. When you turn around and try to duplicate something, and Josh McDaniels trying to duplicate his footsteps under Belichick, bro, it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the shit that he's doing is fucking pathetic. It looks weak. Why are you going to have Devontae Adams sitting back in the backfield as a second fucking running back? And then put him in the slot.
He went in motion right after that.
But it doesn't matter. Put Trey Tucker in fucking motion. That motherfucker moved.
He lined up there. It's just as a distraction. He went in motion and then he went to wide receiver.
But see, the thing is, though, because of the quarterback that he picked, there's no fucking distraction.
No. And they're stacking the box. And it's exactly. I told, and you know, I started once we got Jimmy G, I started pulling, you know what I mean? I love numbers. I started pulling all the numbers, when he wins, when he loses. Right. You know, the last time he played a full season, he's only played 2 full seasons, one 15-game and one 16-game season. Other than that, he's been injured. But the time when he went to the Super Bowl and the time when he played the 15 games, I think it was, last time he played 15 games. The 5 games he lost, there was no rushing or over 100 yards in his team. So the offense didn't rush for 100 yards. He lost all those games.
Predicated on the run.
He's a system attached quarterback that needs players around him, and when he has players around him, he makes good decisions. If you rely on him, you're fucked. Period.
Well,
he's not going to win you games.
Who thought different, Josh? Did any of us think that
McDaniels?
He was
I don't know. But you had Jimmy G throwing. He threw 40 plus times last game. When in his career has he won a game throwing 40 times?
Yeah, the way the play calling is, it seems like McDaniels thinks that Jimmy G is that guy, the guy that could do it on his own, maybe pull it out of his ass or something like that. And he's not that guy. He's not. He's just like what John was saying right now. He's just not that guy, bro. Like, you're not that guy, bro. You're not that guy.
You're not that
guy. But
like,
he needs to be able to be like, he needs to be able to like adapt and shit like that, in which he has not done none of, bro. Like, McDaniels is just like, he has his like scheduled like set plays for like the beginning of games, which you see we start off fast, but after that, you know, a defense is, you know, kind of like zoning on what he's doing, and his scripted plays are done with, and he's just like, he can't like think on the fly or make any adjustments, bro. It's just it's getting old fucking fast, and it
was the same thing last year though. We tanked in the second quarter. How many leads did we give up? And people would blame the defense, and then the offense would be non-existent, and we'd get hope that we're going to come back, and we wouldn't. So it's like anytime we went down by more than 10 points, like we knew the game was over. You know, we tried to hold out some hope, but the same thing's happening this year. The second half, we're laying fucking eggs. What, we score 3 points in the second half this entire year? 3 points. That's it. We don't score in the second half now. Same thing happened last year. But the difference was last year, we had a deep ball. We don't have that anymore. And we had a run game. So it's like we've lost everything on offense. So we're so predictable. They just stack the box and say, Jimmy beat us. And he's not going to more often than not.
And what's up with his fucking his throws are fucking duck balls, bro. He's getting people injured. He's getting people lit up. That one, what was it, third down? It's like 12 or 15 or some shit like that. And he threw it to Myers in triple coverage. He barely squeaked that bitch in. And that ball got to him slow. And then even when Devontae's doing those 10 and outs and stuff like that, bro, Like, he has no zip on the ball, and even that 4th and 1 when he went for that, bro, I would not have done that. I would have did a pitch or did something like that, maybe some crossing routes, because depending on what they're doing, bro. That right there, he had to fucking. If what's the name actually just backpedaled, he would have caught the ball. Devontae would have caught that was so underthrown, bro. Like it's bad, bro. It's bad. It's.
I think late in the game, the one he threw to Abdullah, that was an important pass. He was way off. I don't know where the fuck. You know what I was thinking today too? When did he get concussed? What hit that he got fucked up in that he got concussed?
They're saying it was accumulation. He was kind of dizzy and a little bit off-centered after the game, so they pulled him from the press conference.
Was that the reason? Was it earlier? Yeah. Was it early in the game? Was it the sack?
That's what we don't know. Like when did exactly that, like the actual like the ringing like of that one hit, but which I think he took one in the first quarter where he took him one pretty damn hard. Like I think it was not the roughing the passer, because that one was like kind of weak, like it barely hit his helmet. But
no, he got hit in the head a few times, hit in the shoulder, and he got thrown down a few times. There was another one he got swung down by Watt one time, and he popped right back up, and I'm like, ooh, that was a nasty hit.
Yeah, it looked like he was not bounce up.
So is this dude in the game throwing fucking passes off fucking tripping? You know,
was it before that second interception? Was it? Was he seeing somebody different out there? Shit, because
I'm not making excuses for that bad play, but maybe he was fucked up in the head seeing two of them or something. You know, maybe one dude's open and the other one isn't. He just threw it right in the middle.
Yeah, it was bad watching him. You know, he was dropping back. He was getting pressured. Like the first quarter and a half, we held our own. Then after that, he was getting mauled. And I kind of expected that from Watt. I'm like, he's going to get a couple sacks. There's not much Watt can do. But, man, he was getting roughed up for most of the game. He was running for his life. And the same thing happened in Buffalo. He was running for his life most of the game. Didn't get sacked. And he was ducking and diving. You know, he's dipping his shoulder, getting out of sacks and everything. But he was taking hits last game. I mean, he was getting mauled. And he's fragile. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's only played one complete season his entire career. He's fragile. You know, he gets hit like that, he's going to get knocked out.
So I'm going to read this real quick from Ja. Ja said, Aiden knows the playbook, and then Jimmy at this point has been hearing that Aiden has a better deep pass in practice over Jimmy. How Aiden reads better than Jimmy and spreads it in preseason. And J-Dub saying right here, he says, all I know is the Patriot way winning culture doesn't exist outside of New England. The numbers don't lie about that. New England Belichick coaching tree is 42% winning percentage. And we were supposed to change the culture, and we can't do that. But getting back to the quarterback, you think Devontae Adams really, really wanted to come over here play with a rookie or fucking Brian Hoyer?
Hey, wait, let me ask you first, before we get excited about even Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah.
There's all these questions. I see Aiden O'Connell. Do you guys really trust Josh McDaniels to start Aiden O'Connell this game?
Nope.
He's going to start Hoyer.
No, he's going to start Hoyer. Hoyer's shit.
I know.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying, like, it's like I don't trust him to start fucking Aiden O'Connell. He's just probably another built-in try to type an excuse of why he needed to try. You know, he needed to try Hoyer for a little bit. You know what I mean? Because the young kid's not ready or something like that. Wow, Hoyer's not the answer, buddy. So it's just
the homeboy's pushing 40
Hoyer's
years old.
Washed up.
He needs to be a
he's
coaching
washed up.
somewhere
He's
on the team, bro.
Shout out Cashler. Cashler says if we go 2-2 in September, it's all good. It's still early, but I don't see us beating. I do agree with that.
It will be 2-0 in the division too, because it will be 2-0 in the division as well. I mean, it's like a lot of people had us 0-4, but you know, it's just. We still got to get better, of course, and winning a game this weekend is a step towards that. Which, of course, if we're 2-2. Of course, the talks are going to be a little bit different, but as of right now, as we stand, we're 1-2 and look like shit. So until I see it, then we can talk about that. But it's just like, I hope we win. I hope we're 2-2 after this game. You know what I mean? To have something to lean on, but it's just not looking good, man. It's just the way especially quarterback in concussion. You know what I mean? Josh McDaniels still up with his fucking his coaching style is just. not a winning one. They're gonna probably start Hoyer, over AOC. I mean, that I know that stadium's gonna be full of Raider fans, so I'm just saying everybody was in there, everybody was going. You see fucking Troyer throw his first fucking bad pass, let's start chanting fucking AOC or something, bro, like in there, because fuck, man, this shit is fucking gonna get ugly.
Well, the problem is they have to activate him too. Yeah.
Huh? You know what's gonna be worse, bro?
You guys know they have
to fall behind. Yeah, they have to activate.
Oh yeah, well,
we fall behind
because he'll be second.
He has to be activated. He has to be activated.
Yeah. So that's the rule now. You can have 3 quarterbacks, and the one that's inactive doesn't take up a roster spot, but they can practice, go to the game. So they're an emergency quarterback.
So can they activate him within the game?
That I don't know. I don't know the rule set. I tried looking it up.
What happened?
They should be able to activate him in the game.
Yeah.
You know only if the second quarterback, only if the backup quarterback gets hurt, can the emergency quarterback play. But in this instance, since we have 3 quarterbacks, it would only be him, and somebody would else have to be designated as the emergency quarterback, which probably would be Jacoby Myers because he played quarterback in college. And he was
I'll take that right now.
He was the emergency quarterback.
I'll take that right now. I'd rather have Jacoby out there throwing the ball. What?
Shit, yeah.
So I think that's what's going to be, dog. So I think that's what's going to be this weekend, most likely, if Jimmy G don't get the nod, which I wish it was the other way around and just give the kid a chance. I mean, but our offensive line, the way it looked this is the game that I would probably do it against. I wouldn't have done it the last game against Pittsburgh anyway, because the defensive line just is. Probably would have killed him.
This defense is whack, dude. This defense is not good.
That's what I'm saying. If any defense you're gonna try it on, maybe this one. This defense has been giving up more than 30 points a game too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So they're giving up more than 30 points a game too. Yeah. So
that's the thing. If we go in there and score 20, 21, we're not winning this game. You know?
Yeah. No.
And the thing is, like, do you have faith in this offense? We haven't scored more than 20 points in 3 straight games. We have no run game. Our pass offense looks like shit. We're turning the ball over left and right. It's just we got to score 28-30 to beat the Chargers because they're good for 25 almost every game. They have a high-powered offense. Yeah, high-powered offense.
They had Eckler and Mike Williams, but both those guys are gone now.
Both of them are hurt. Yeah. So
back this week is still monitored. He's still questionable, but it's looking like a high ankle sprain. So maybe he's probably not going to play just because they have a quick bye week. So they might hold him out until that, so that way he could get the adequate pretty much rest. But I think because that's what I was reading today about him, but he does have a chance supposedly to play this week. But Mike Williams for sure he's out. He's gone for the year.
Okay, Josh saying that McDaniel said that tomorrow he'll find out, which means Aiden and Hoyer will fight it out at practice. Adam has the last say. I think I seen a picture of Adams and fucking Jimmy talking, and it looked like Randy Moss and what's his name talking on the sideline. And I was just like, I can't remember the guy's the quarterback's name that he played with when we had Moss. We had that horrible. We're all happy we got Moss. Who's the quarterback that? Collins? No, it wasn't Collins. It was somebody else. When Moss
first started, it was Terry Collins.
Who was
Kyle Bowler.
I said, it wasn't Palmer, was it?
No.
At first it was Kerry, and then it was, I think.
Number 16. I can't think of his name.
Oh, Andrew Walter.
There you go. Yep. Walter.
You bringing me back. I even got more depressed.
He said,
I got more depressed now.
No, and that's the thing, man. I don't think Aiden O'Connell is going to be a starter or anything like that. He's 25 years old. Yeah. He was injury prone in college. But the thing is, at this point, we're bad. I don't care if they tank and draft a quarterback. We've drafted 2 first-round quarterbacks in the past 30 years. That's it. Right. Maranovich and Russell. That's it. Other than that, it's been second rounders, third rounders, or journeyman quarterbacks we get from other teams. It's we've never tried to stabilize a quarterback position. We always try to rent them. Jimmy G, look at him. We're like, hey, let's rent this guy for a couple years, see what happens. And more often than not, it doesn't pan out. But everybody compares it to. That's one of the problems with Raider fans. We always compare the quarterback situation remember when we got Gannon? Yeah, I do. 20 fucking years ago, and he was good for 2.5 seasons. It's not going to happen again. That's lightning in a bottle. It's not going to happen again.
I said it because like I was trying to be like being optimistic. You know what I'm saying? Like very, I'm a very optimistic person. I always used to be a negative as shit type person. Be like, man, everything's gonna fucking go bad. But then, like, you know what I mean? Trying to my new mantra for the last couple of years. I'm like, all right, let's try a little bit positive first. You know what I'm saying? And then run with it, and then when it's shit, then call it shit. You know what I mean? So that's where it's shit. So I do got a question for
Ain't no Rich Gannons out there no more, man. Ain't nobody tough enough. Ain't no quarterback tough enough for that, bro.
Yeah, but I do got a serious question because on Sunday when we were going over the game and stuff like that, I said this, and I was even telling Gravy, I was like, bro, on some real shit, if Josh McDaniels at the beginning of the season, we didn't pick up Garoppolo or anything like that, and we'd be like, hey, we're gonna start AOC, and this is what we're doing, I would have said, fuck it, let's go. And I knew that I would know that the season was going to be shit. Like, it was going to be a hard, long season. You know what I mean? He over here sold the fucking Italian stallion over here like, oh, we're going to do all this and da-da-da-da. And he has a winning culture. And I'm like sitting there like, all right, let me try to buy into it. And I bought into it. And like, bro, it's fucking snake oil, bro. This is the worst. Like, it's bad. This is really, really bad. And then I try to make the comparison. So if he comes in, we know it's going to be a shit show. But would you guys rather have him than Hoyer or Jimmy? I mean,
no, that's what.
Because I mean, at this point, I mean, the defense still sucks, in a sense. And the only reason I don't want to say the defense sucks. I think the defense has been on the ball on the field way too long, and I think that's what just tires them out, and then that's why they're getting beat. But
they're getting beat because they're dropping fucking pick sixes. They're not tackling behind the line of scrimmage. And they're getting beat in the wrong coverage. They're blitzing safeties and letting third down conversions happen.
So two of the games we played decent defense. If our offense would have showed up in Pittsburgh, I think we would have given up a touchdown less. The only play that they really effed up on was when they had the 70-yard pass where Peters and Epps got burned. That was a fucking hold, bro. I yelled, hold, baby. Hold, yeah. And they fucking, goods, bro. And it was just bad. Every week, we as Raider fans, we know the refs are against us. We always think it's us versus them. So we have a microscope when it comes to referees as Raider fans. But at the same time, I'm like, we do get some calls here and there. I thought this game was evenly officiated because there's a lot of little BS calls that were called on Pittsburgh. And the fans in Pittsburgh, when we were there, because we're surrounded by Pittsburgh fans where we're sitting, they were pissed off too at the refs. So I'm like, all right, the refs are doing it both ways today. But our D played halfway decent. Peters dropped the pick six. Like come on, man, right in his. Like he would have been gone. That would have been a game changer. Game changer.
Peters is going to read one. I said Peters is going to read one, and he's going to take it up. He's going to take it down. Dog.
Pickett's not good.
He had the chance to prove me right on that fucking play, dog, and he fucking drops it like that. Fucking bad.
He's from the Bay, bro. He's from the Bay.
And that's the thing. If he would have made that play, if we would have, made a field goal instead of going for it on fourth down, that's a W. We would have been 2-1 right now. Happy. But the thing is,
I played ugly
stupid
again.
Decision. Stupid decisions, ugly play, bad coaching, and now we're starting to see a pattern like, hey, McDaniels is not going to pull this off because it's the coaching at this point,
It's just
My follow-up question with the whole Aiden O'Connell statement that I was making, and that's what I was trying to get to. If O'Connell comes in and starts balling, which I have a feeling he's a traditional quarterback in the pocket, he'll fucking drill it in there because Gravy told me, look at his film. I've been watching his film like crazy. And this was during preseason, and I was watching all the shit. He's a super senior. He was like 6 years in fucking college. He's like 26 right now. So he's already
25,
he's a grown man. Like, you know what I mean? He's not this CJ Stroud, you know what I mean? And he went from fucking lower than what Brady and all these, crazy stories, Warner, all these different guys. So, I'm not trying to use those as I'm just using them as like kind of a reference point. I'm not saying he's Brady or anything like that. But what I'm saying though is if he starts becoming successful and just playing his game the way he plays it, it's gonna make Josh McDaniels look good. And that's where I'm kind of like, fuck, I don't want him to be here no more. I want somebody else to be here and get another quarterback and bring who they want to bring in because this is just trash. So my thing is it good for O'Connell? It's going to be good overall, but we're going to end up. Do you think that the Raiders will keep McDaniels if O'Connell does good?
I think if we win 6 or 7 games, McDaniel stays. Anything below, I think he's toast. Okay. If we're going to hand McDaniels a top 10 quarterback, he's going to fucking ruin them. Like, you can't hand that guy a top quarterback. And that's the thing, like, if Aiden O'Connell comes in, let's say he does play in the Chargers. I kind of have said if he throws for maybe 2 touchdowns, an interception, and 300, even with the loss, there's going to be some quarterback controversy right off the bat. Yep. If he gets a win and throws 2 or 3 touchdowns, there's no way McDaniels can put Jimmy back in. There's just no way. To save face, he would have to leave Aiden in, because if he puts Jimmy back in and Jimmy starts effing up again, he's going to look like a jackass and he's going to lose his job. The only reason he is starting Jimmy G right now is because he knows him and he wants to keep his job. That is my 100% true feeling.
What do you think, Gabe?
Well, Jimmy's is fucking making him lose his job quickly. I think that. I'm sorry, Gabe.
No, I just think what the thing is that if you start AOC, it's like that, bro. Like if he does anything, you know, like that's like if he just doesn't throw a pick and throw 1 touchdown, bro, and we win, fucking, you know, those signs for fucking, you know, AOC to start when fucking Jimmy G comes back are gonna be there, dog, and everything is going to change because it can make McDaniels look like a genius. It can make him look like a total jackass, because then it's like you fucked up on 2 guys. You know what I mean? And now you're gonna ruin this young kid, 25, and it's just like, damn, bro. It's a tough situation for even AOC because he's young, and I know he looked good in preseason and stuff like that. But like another thing, we're basically baptizing by fire, dog. You know what I mean? It's like what they did. What happened at Tyree, he ended up having to go in there before he was ready and play a bigger role than I think he was anticipating. I mean, there's no excuse. He's the 7th overall pick, but it's just, I think it's gonna be tough, bro. It's gonna be tough for him too, because now he's gonna be playing against starting defenses. I know he's gonna have you know DA and all that shit out there, but it's just the offensive line looked not that great last week, you know what I mean? I mean, they still haven't got their run passing. I mean, it was halfway decent for a couple plays for a couple quarters, and then their pass blocking just got destroyed last week. So it's like, are you gonna get the young guy killed if he comes in? So it's gonna be an interesting week, dog. It's interesting weekend.
I think, Gabe, that you could tell that O'Connell is a tough dude, and he can take that pressure. The thing is that if this is the perfect game to put O'Connell in. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a bad defense.
Bad defense.
You know, it'll be the perfect thing to do. But the most logical thing to do for McDaniels is to put in Hoyer. Yeah. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I understand that, because Hoyer has experience. And he hasn't won a game since 2016 as a quarterback. So, but he hasn't played much. You know, he hasn't played much. But the thing is that he's if he starts messing up and you're gonna throw this kid out there to save you, it's gonna mess. We're all gonna get what we want because we want to see O'Connell. You know, we want to see him. But if he fails, we got to think about him and what his confidence is gonna be like. You don't want to mess him up on being down 21 points or being down, you know, have to come back. I don't think that's a situation. I hope that's not that way, but this game is a perfect game for him to be in. And then, mind you, he was inactive last game and he was suited up.
Yeah, he was the emergency quarterback.
I watched the game again. He was suited up.
Yeah,
he was the.
So I guess he needs to suit up. You're an emergency quarterback. I guess you need to suit up.
Hey, shout out to the homie Mike.
They could have threw his ass in there.
We're gonna get to the defense, but he said Epps looks 2-9 out there. This is true. But John made a statement. He goes, "Would you guys trade Adams for the number 1 pick along with the number 1 if we don't have it already?" No, I say no on that one. And
I don't think Adams has any trade value. That's a problem.
Really?
I would say 1 first rounder for a Lucky. That's the thing. Everybody wants out of Oakland. So Jacobs has no trade value whatsoever.
At all.
Like, none. At all. I mean, look at Taylor. Taylor they get shit for Taylor. And I think for Taylor, they asked for, oh God, who's the wide receiver number 2 for Miami? Is it Wallace? The fast guy. The other one that's the other side of Tyreek.
Waddle?
No, not Waddle. Waddle, yeah. Yeah, the Colts wanted Waddle, and Miami was like, no. Then we're not trading Waddle. Yeah, but the thing is, like, for Adams, he's going to be 31. He's on the downside of his career. He's pissed off. We'd be lucky to get a first rounder out of him.
Yeah.
I think we get a low first rounder for Lucky.
Yeah, just because it's the last year of his career. I mean, last year of his contract, like towards the end of his contract. I don't think teams would want to. They would, they wouldn't be willing to give up much because they could obviously, because to be honest, I think if we do end up, kind of like going on this, same path, and we're just dog shit at the end of the year, bro, or like just straight out and say it, we're like dog shit at the end of the year. Adams didn't sound too happy at the end of today, dog. I mean, you imagine that shit for 14 more weeks.
Yeah, he threw the team under the bus, but hey, that was needed. Like, I wasn't even mad. I'm like, no, he's gonna do his thing. So that interview was fucking brutal. He's like, I don't have time. He doesn't want to be a part of a rebuild. He'll be like, hey, trade me. I'll fucking sit out.
Yeah, he's already putting it out there. So it's like, if you think he's not gonna take 14 more weeks of this, bro. He's gonna want out. I'm sorry, I'll have to agree with fucking some of the fools I hate to agree with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What did he think? What did he think, guys? That he was going to come to the Raiders with Carr there and win a Super Bowl with that defense? I mean, why don't you just think the same way? You came here.
If that, yeah. All right.
You thought you were going to win a Super Bowl with Carr over here doing his shit the first year you were here? Come on now.
Yeah.
Hey,
why don't you go?
I got interviewed. I got
hurt or something. Get paid less money and go to a team.
I got interviewed at the game, and they're you heard Carr got hurt because I heard him when he was on the tailgate. And I was like, yeah. I was like, does he need a shoulder to cry on? Because I was like,
oh, fucking.
Like, the first thing I did, I'm like on my phone like this, his Twitter fingers going off. I'm like, ah. But people were like, Jimmy G sucks. I know people were like, Jimmy G sucks. No, Samoan TJ came up and interviewed me. But I was like, people were like, Garoppolo sucks. Carr's winning. I'm like, Carr's in the hospital right now. He ain't doing shit. So
they lost the game, yeah.
And they lost. They got Jameis Winston in there eating.
But I was gonna say though, but it's like it took them about 2-3 years to win the Mountain West together, right? So it's like they could have pulled it off. I'm not fucking around.
Well, now they got 2 quarterbacks on the Saints that could throw 20 picks in 1 year.
Yeah. Shit.
20 and 20.
Yeah.
I just think it's like it doesn't do you any good to be like, oh, Jimmy G sucks and we had Carr still. It's like this. No, they both are the same shit right now. Like they both suck right now. So like, it's why would you even say like to go back to another guy who sucks? Like no. That's not the answer. That's not what you should be saying. You're like looking at it in a totally like wrong way, bro. Like what we got to do is just get better at that position. But the answer is not going back. The fuck, that's definitely not the answer.
They're literally the same guy, just one's better looking. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's all it is. Like
one's a player.
One wears cool suits, the other one prays. Like that's the only damn difference between them. It's like
nothing to do with football though. Nothing to do with football.
Exactly. On the field, they're both not good. Like they both have a lot of issues in their play and holes in their game. That's why they were drafted where they were. That's why each of their teams got rid of them. They have holes that couldn't get coached up and fixed. Wow. So we're saying, oh, what would happen with this? It's like, bro, we had Carr last year with talent and only won 6 games. So it's like.
But no, go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying that we won 6 games last year. I was like, that's what we're probably gonna win this year. Like we're the same damn team.
For real, man.
Coming to next year, we ain't happy with Garoppolo, and we need a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're not even a quarter into the season.
Free agent or not, who that's out there and not happy. Who would you guys like to see?
I don't even want to talk about that yet, but I do want to answer this though.
Fields is out there, bro. My boy Fields is out.
I was gonna say that. Hey,
no, but I think the excitement of the offseason though came from that. We had the best fucking running game in the league, right? Yep. So that was the excitement that this is what Jimmy G can play with. Like when he has a good running game, his winning percentage is good. You know, his offense looks good because he has those weapons. But when the running game looks this, and no excuses for Jimmy G or anything like that, but I think that was where the excitement was. And when you come out flat in every single game, you know, in the run game, it's just adds to the fact that it adds to the deficiencies that Jimmy already has. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just a cause for disaster, a cause for what we're seeing on the field right now, and it's just that's
don't say that, Pyro. Don't say that.
Hey, this shit is funny right here.
Mock draft.
Shout out Loon. He says it's like we let Carr walk and sign Carr in free agency, and then right under that, John Rader said Jimmy G is the undercover Carr.
Undercover boss. I've been saying for like the whole year, it's like that Spider-Man meme where they're just pointing at each other. That's what they are.
Yeah,
same fucking dude. It's like,
yeah.
You could add Kirk Cousins in that 3-way. Like,
oh god, yeah, that's the thing. Like, so I have friends that are Cowboys fans, and they get pissed off. I'm like, you see, Dak, Black Kirk Cousins play today, and they're just like. And I was like, he's Black Kirk Cousins. That's all he is. And
he has some good stats sometimes, but he never does the right thing at the end when it counts.
Hey, so hey, shout out Pyro. Next Thursday, we're gonna do a mock draft of next year already.
I ain't gonna be on this bitch.
Hey, the only thing I will tell you though right now, that not getting Jalen Carter is looking so fucking.
Did you see that boy last night? Did you see that boy last night?
He's a savage. And I understand their thought process on that. They wanted an edge rusher on the other side to complement Max. Like, I completely understand that. Yeah. But Carter was a monster, and you could have put him next to Max. My God, they would have wreaked havoc on the right side, man.
Every team would have the most. You know how we have the most penalties? The other teams will start having the most penalties against us because they would have to.
You can't double them both. You just can't. Yeah. You know that, and if you had Carter next to Crosby, God, they would have been a fucking menace. It would have been like, putting whoever they want to put up next to Watt. They just terrorized the quarterback. Mm-hmm. They would have had to learn how to play together and get the defense with the run going and things like that. But they would have just ran wild on the quarterback.
We like getting guys with crack feet, and it fucking takes 2 years for them to turn into a man. Getting blocked by freaking running backs. You're 6'8", fucking 290 pounds. You 9-foot wingspan, getting blocked by a fucking running back. Come on now. We're dysfunctional, Just as much as they're abusive to us, they look at a player, they're like, we can fix that. Like, oh, he's smoking crack and beat his wife. We're like, oh, we can fix him. We're good. It's like sometimes I'm like, what the fuck are they thinking half the time?
No math.
They think we're stupid, bro. They think we're stupid. No. We know what we're talking about. And we're talking about them, and they're the one doing the stupid shit that we're talking about. Like, none of us are GMs. None of us have ever coached in the NFL. But players were like, looking at that, like, why the fuck did you get that guy? Like, no. And then a month later, they're on the news. You're just like, Jesus Christ. Again?
He said, like the dude from Hole. Shout out Raider Room. Hey, Raider Room had a question for you, Josh. He goes, and I had it saved and stuff right now, but he was saying you can't fix that. But he also had a question. He goes, what's your take on the whole Chandler Jones thing? Switch it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I think so you saw the pictures with him, right? When he was skinny. Like, he lost some weight. That's not, hey, I'm running, I'm working out. That's drugs. That's drugs. Like, I know most people may not know what I do. Like, I'm a nurse. I've worked in recovery. Like, I've seen everything under the sun, left and right. That is drugs. That's drugs and malnourishment or a shit ton of alcohol. And I'm not saying I'm perfect or have a medical degree, But to lose 30 or 40 pounds, like I look bigger than him now. And I'm like, that guy is not 250, 260. He's probably 200, 220 and just lean and cut up. Yeah. And I'm like, he's doing some hardcore drugs. There's something going on there. And you see his stories and everything.
Fresno coke. Gotta hold that Fresno cocaine, bro.
Cocaine.
But yeah, I don't think it's coke. I think it's some harder stuff, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like,
oh man,
I looked at that and I was thinking methamphetamines or heroin.
That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking,
and I was like, and you know, and you've seen all this stuff where he got put in the hospital. That guy's gone. Like, I hope he gets the help he needs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the bright side of it. He's in the hospital. He's getting help. And we're gonna be able to void his contract and get that $20 million back. Like, so, like, I'm still a Raider fan, so I'm like, we're gonna get out of that shitty contract. So there's that.
Well, check this out, though. I said this in a couple of lives ago. I think below Tuesday or Thursday, Sunday. I don't know what day it was. That our defense, in a way, no matter what Chandler Jones is going through, we miss his presence on that other side because they had to prepare for it. Because Kuntz ain't doing shit and Wilson ain't doing shit. But the name Chandler Jones and what he used to be when he played, you had to always had to be aware of him on that side. Yeah. That's why Max was be able to flow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So do you agree 100%. With that?
Yeah, 100%. And I told people it wasn't even the fact that he was a presence. It was the fact that we had an above average rotational player that was going to take snaps and let other people play. Kuntz is not good enough to start in the NFL. I don't give a shit what anybody says. He's undersized. There's a reason he's a backup. And the thing is, we get attached to players like that. We're like, oh, Kuntz is going to tear it out. I'm like, the fuck he is. Like, he's garbage. He couldn't even start last year. Like, what makes you think he's good enough to start now? Because somebody got hurt or left the team for whatever reason. So it's like, we're going to be in the same spot as we were last year. We're not going to have a pass rush. What needs to happen is Wilson needs to pull his head out of his ass and start being a player we thought he was going to be, and then our defense will be better, you know. But he's getting wrecked on pass and rush D. Like, he's non-existent. I don't know what's going on.
That whole.
I think what it is
already. He's played a pretty good amount of games already. This time it's like, I know it's. I mean, it takes more than that, but at least you need to look better than what he's done, bro.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
And
I know.
We tried.
Like, we shouldn't jump on him too fast, but he. Oh my God!
No! Jump on him. He's a top 10 pick. Jump on him. No.
Jump on him.
Top 10 pick.
No. That's the thing. You look at other top 10 picks. You know, let's take a look at. You know, hey, Trevor Lawrence or Miles Jack or Carter, like all these other top 10 players. The world was on their shoulders, and they're like, all right, I got this. And they went out there and they had their ups and downs their first season or two, and then they balled out. And you look at other top 10 defensive linemen, you know, that had all this hype behind them, like, hey, they're a top 5 pass rusher, you know, they're just tearing it up at college. And then we get him, he's a dud. You know, it's just we have issues drafting linemen and linebackers. We always have.
We have issues drafting.
Period.
And
you know, I thought Ziegler's draft last year was decent enough. You know, we didn't have any first or second round picks. We got a starting guard in Parham. We got some positional players. You know, this year, like with Bennett, he's not the best cover corner. He's small and he's fast, but he's hauling ass trying. That's the thing. That's the difference. You know, he's running around like a bat out of hell. And, you know, we got Epps who's doing decently enough. He's an upgrade from what we have. But the thing is, like, Meyer and Wilson have not panned out. I thought Meyer was going to be a monster. At Notre Dame, he tore it up. He's not super athletic. He's not overly fast. He's like that big old bruiser, like Gronk style. Like, I'm going to get my red zone touches.
With him, though, too, I think it's a lot with Jimmy G, though, because watching film, he looks like he's been open on a lot of plays. It's just Jimmy's so focused on DA and Jacoby when there is.
So, yeah, I specifically, because somebody asked me, because they're like, you go to the games, can you watch specific players? And I'm like, yeah, I'll literally just watch that player for, 5-10 plays, see what happens. So I watched Meyer and I watched Renfro in Buffalo and in Pittsburgh. Renfro is getting more open and getting separation, and Jimmy G's not seeing it. And he's been targeted, like 5 times, maybe something like that. Not even that many. Renfro is getting separation and he's getting open. The problem is Jimmy G is flat out not seeing him. I don't think they have any. I don't think they have any chemistry. Yeah. No, and I told people that there was probably 5 to 7 plays where Renfro was open, and I know that happens a lot. You know, with players get open, they don't get the ball. But there was 5 to 7 plays where Renfro had at least a couple yards of separation and nobody near him. And he would have caught the ball, had some runs after the catch, especially in Buffalo. Buffalo was bad.
Yeah.
Renfro was open a lot in Buffalo because he cooks people on short routes, and Jimmy's not seeing him.
Myers' only catch was the 2-point conversion, right?
Yeah, the 2-point conversion. That's it. And the thing is, like, he was the number 1 target in Notre Dame, and we're not throwing to him. It's like,
exactly.
I know we have a lot of receivers and we got to spread the ball around, but the point is, all these guys should be getting their targets because they're all getting open.
Yeah, for real. It's like you're focusing on too much, guys, and that's what, you know, at the end it stalls some drives, or you focus it on too much that guys will triple team. He's lucky that, like they said, that the triple team that he got it into, that was a hell of a throw, whatever you want, like you know what I mean. But it's just for those type of things, like when there's 3 guys there, obviously, if you look at the rest of the film, there's gonna be a guy open. It's just he's not reading, he's not getting to his reads fast enough, or he's just he's playing with blinders on, just like focusing in on those 2 guys, and it's making it harder for himself because you know they're bracketing those 2 type of guys, and it's just kind of letting the other guys play man to man, and those guys are winning their matchups in man to man. Is just not seeing them, and it's just because it's just too predictable, and it's just the play call is predictable, and then, you know, Jimmy G's playing predictable too. So it's just it works against us, and that's what adds up to 15 points a game. You know what I mean, for the first 3 games. You know what I mean? It's just that's why we can't score any points in the second half, because guys, I mean, they kind of read us, bro. That's what I was saying earlier. Like McDaniels is good for like the first couple scripted drives, you know, that he pretty much works on pretty much all week, but after that it's like,
gone.
I just catch up to him, you know, and it's just quick. It's too quick, and it's just not. I don't know, man. It's looking bad, but hopefully we can get one this weekend. I mean, we're gonna be there. Shit.
Yeah, we're gonna be.
We're
gonna be out there, Josh?
Yeah, I'm going. I've been out there Saturday.
Yeah, we're getting out there Saturday.
Meet up then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys want a pink lot then?
Yeah.
Pink lot's where they let tailgating, so I'll be in pink lot all day.
Yeah, we're gonna be there. We were supposed to get a spot there. I know that Saturday night, I just got the invite to with Fitz and them to the bar that they're gonna be having everything at.
Oh yeah.
So we're getting there Saturday afternoon. So I don't know if they're gonna be having the fights too. I know we're supposed to be. It's gonna be us 3. We're gonna be Gravy's barber, and then my boy Arkham. We're all gonna be there and stuff. And we're gonna be at the Sheridan. So we're gonna be right there, right off Century. So you know what I mean. So like, yeah, we'll meet up and we'll just get together. I'll shoot you my number on IG, all that good stuff. Okay. So yeah, so we're gonna lock in.
Need to have a shot.
Yeah, go over there. I want to go meet up with Fitz and everybody. You know, go tell everybody what's up. You know what I mean, and go have a good time and shit like that. So yeah,
I want you to throw my boy Arkham on a fucking table.
Yeah, Arkham's a big guy, bro.
So I tried to get a Buffalo fan to let me do it, and none of them would do it. So like some guy that followed me, he's like, "Hey, I follow you on Instagram." I'm like, "Hey, can me and my kid put you through a table?" He's like, "Yeah," and like I was like, "All right, cool, man, come on." And so we, Buffalo fans, super nice, dude. We had a great time.
Yeah.
You know, they fed and drank us, my kids, everything. It was super cool, but like, yeah, I thought they were going to be a little more wild than they were. I was a little disappointed. The hospitality was on point. The wildness was kind of a little bit wavering from what you see on, you know, Instagram and everything. I'm like, no, you guys do this shit for show a lot.
Yeah, I was more.
It would be nice too if my team was a Super Bowl contender for 5 years straight.
Yeah, cool.
You want a beer? You want to play? You want a beer? You want to play? Now, fuck that. You can't. This is for me. This is just for me right here.
Hey, I'm eating for free and shit in Vegas now. It's great because people are starting to recognize me and stuff. Like I didn't pay for shit yesterday or Sunday. I got free micheladas and tacos. I'm like, hey,
cool. We gotta kick it with Josh.
I know shit. I know. I see.
Goon right there. Goon said right there. He said, "Talk to Dirty today too." Like that, because I guess he has a tailgate spot right there in Pink Lot too.
That's what I was saying.
I'm there, Goon.
Yeah, shout out Goon. Like that's what I said. Me and Dirty were talking earlier. He texted me today, and Dirty is I don't know if you haven't met him, Josh, but he's the homie. That's how we kind of all met and stuff like that. And he does radio podcasting too. And we met Goon. I got my first ticket to LA through Goon, through Dirty. So Goon, he's a season ticket holder at SoFi. So so he's gonna be tailgating, and so we're gonna all meet up at Roscoe's day of the game. You know what I mean? Go grub and stuff like that. Goon's gonna go get the tailgate set up, and we're gonna go chill with him. That's gonna be kind of our base spot in Pink Lot. And then we'll just once we get there, you know how it goes. Once you get there, you find the parking, and then go from there and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
And then talk shit to the one Charger fan and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
We jump that dude. We jump him. He's not even gonna make it to the game.
Yeah.
Dude, what was it? I want to say 2 years ago, I was trolling what's the one with the little hat, the lightning bolt guy? I always forget his name. He's like the main Charger fan.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I was trolling him because like I saw him in person. I'm like, this motherfucker's like 5'5". And so I basically just made a bunch of memes and shrunk him down to like a little gnome and put him on shit all the time. Like I put him in my front yard. Like I put him at the game and I was taking a picture with him. He's like right here, like my little kid. He's like, you need to fucking stop putting me in memes. I'm like, why? It's funny.
Red Room's name is called Bo. His name is Bo.
Oh God, yeah, that was him. Yeah, I probably posted like 15 photos of him, just to make it because I don't know. I was like, he probably wears like Timberlands with the like risers because he's 3 feet tall and shit.
You should do it again, John. You should do it again.
At the end of it, it got real personal, and people were like, "Dude, you need to stop. This guy's gonna fucking try to fight you." I was getting real personal.
Do another one this weekend. Do another one before the game this weekend.
I got a couple things in store for this weekend. We'll have some.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm always doing dumb shit.
Either way, no matter what, though, it's gonna be a good week.
If I meet you, go. I ain't gonna let none of your hands touch my back. Because I don't want no sticker on my back saying I love fucking penis or anything like that.
No, I don't do that to Raider fans, man.
I'm gonna be doing a circle around you, bro. I'm gonna be like this. Wait.
No, that was. I don't do that. I don't mess with Raider fans, really. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Josh saying it looks like Aiden is starting tomorrow. I saw a post McDaniel saying he's not committing to Hoyer during and Vic Tafer tweeted it. So we'll see what happens. I don't even know what to think no more, bro. Like I just want to get the fucking win. Jacobs, regardless of whatever, this run game has to start fucking working, bro. Because if this run game does not fucking work, then we're not gonna fucking keep the defense off the field so they can be rested. You know what I mean? So. Because they're gonna be running around, man. They're gonna have a fucking Herbert. Even though we give him fucking shit, you know what I mean, and he looks like a fucking preteen that's fucking going through puberty with all, you know what I mean. Just like, bro, he's a good quarterback. He's a real good quarterback, bro, and he's gonna be a problem for us. So, and he's always putting up numbers, man. So, yeah,
I tell people the same thing. If Phillip Rivers and Herbert were on different teams, they'd probably compete for championships, but they're on the Chargers and they're dysfunctional just like we are. Yeah. Their problem is they can't win. That's their problem. They can't close the deal. They can't win. They always have multiple holes in a lot of positions. And, you know, it's just their offense is always good. Their defense is so bad. They can't compete with anybody. So it's just, you know, I always say, you know, they're like the equivalent of us. They're going to fuck up. That's what they're going to do. So, but the thing is, they can drop 30. That's the difference. So it's going to be a long day if we do not hold the ball, because every time we go there, they just go all over us. They pass the ball all over us.
Can we get our first turnover? Like, God,
right.
Fourth game of the season. Can we get our first turnover, please? Jesus.
What's going on, bro? Hey, Vic, we're not getting prime, bro. Don't start. Don't start that shit. No, please. Vic, respect, bro.
Ain't got no toes. I don't want nobody with 8 toes.
Is that this might be an advantage we have as far as coaching, because the coach for the Chargers, that analytical motherfucker, he's always losing games.
He almost shot himself in the foot last week so bad, and just the Vikings couldn't take advantage of it. They literally went for it. when
they
were
gave the game to Minnesota. They gave the game to Minnesota.
Damn.
It's just Minnesota's just that bad too, dog. Sometimes like the last couple seconds, the last couple plays from Minnesota, they couldn't spike it. They fucking let all kinds of time run off the clock, and then they just rushed that fucking throw. It was just a bad finish. But the Chargers did everything to give that game away, bro. They should be 0-3, but you know, they were able to pull it off. But this weekend's gonna be a big game, man, because the team that wins this game is 2-1. The team that loses is 1-3. And you put yourself actually like almost like a, you know, almost you win the game against them, so they're almost like they have to win the second meeting against you because it all kind of puts you like at a game and a half advantage. You know what I mean, in the standings, just because it's, you know, those division games are important. You know what I mean? And when you can have a 2-0 start, at least that's the biggest silver lining that we could come out of this shit for sure in the first 4 games. You know what I mean? Especially with the amount of games that we've just played like shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like the first game we played like shit a whole half. Unlucky we won in the second half we played good. The first game, you know, second and third game, shit, man, they speak for themselves. Other than a couple plays at the end, you know what I mean, where, you know what I mean, coaching just let us down when Pittsburgh was trying to like give the game away as well. So like, you know, coaching just let us down, and it's just, I mean, it could be a big silver lining, man, if we could come out with this win for sure. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people had us 0-4. So
yeah, well, the Chargers coach isn't that good, so it's like, you know, it's a battle of bad coaches. You know, it is what it is, as he says. But, you know, like in Denver, like Sean Payton's rusty. You know, I didn't think Payton was going to outcoach us. The thing is with Pittsburgh, they got Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin's a good coach. He's not going to make stupid, dumb mistakes. You know, the Chargers, they will. You know, they're going to have some, oh shit, what the F plays. They're going to make, Herbert's going to make a couple dumb throws. You know, especially if Eckler's out. I know Mike Williams is hurt. So if both those guys are out, yeah, he's out. I think he's out for the year, right?
Yeah, Mike Williams is done for the year.
Yeah.
Eckler has a small chance. I don't think he's gonna play, but he has a small chance of playing.
Well, here's the thing. So, like, you know, me and my boys were talking about it. Eckler wants a contract. You think he's gonna play hurt? Give it his all? Yeah, he wants a contract. He ain't gonna give everything for the team that effed him over. Why would he? And I don't blame him. You know,
and he can really fuck himself up too, because it's supposedly a high ankle sprain, and those, if you don't really like, those can linger all year if you don't like really heal them. So I think that they have a bye in like week 5 or 6 already. So I think they're gonna hold him out, you know what I mean, until, you know, after the bye, and then that way he could get, you know, totally healthy. But I don't see him playing this week or Mike Williams, so that's gonna be a big blow to their offense. But
so our problem with
points for sure.
Yeah. You guys remember Eckler last year burned us on those little wheel routes and those little dink and dunks.
He always does.
We were absolutely horrible. That's what he's good at. He's a poor man McCaffrey is what he is.
I do like Diablo's defense better on that this year, but you know what I mean?
He's covering better. He's covering a lot better, but he's still
I don't know about
flying
Eckler.
around. Eckler's,
Eckler's dangerous.
You know, he's in Eckler's. You know, he's just one of those guys.
My question is, where the hell is Masterson at? I see 59 line up, but I don't see him doing anything.
Has he played in the last 2 games?
Yeah.
Shit.
59 was in there. I watched the whole game. Today. And 59 was in there, but he didn't do shit.
Well, yeah, for sure, because Bernie wasn't active last week. You know, I mean, I think the only guy that was active other than, you know, Masterson behind him is Curtis Bolton?
Yeah.
A linebacker?
I don't know. Like sometimes in football, if your name doesn't get called, you're doing the right thing, or if your name don't get called, you're doing nothing. So
more in his case,
that is, but I don't.
Masterson's a linebacker. His name needs to be called. Yeah, it needs to be called.
Yeah. In his case,
he's got like one tackle all year or something like that.
Are you shitting me? 4 games in, 1 tackle, linebacker.
I think he's got like 1 or 2 tackles. Like that's it. But again, this goes back to people that get attached to these low-level players. Masterson's not that good. Diablo's not that good. Spillane's not that good. they're guys that wouldn't start on 2/3 of the NFL, and we get attached to them. But the thing is, we need to get better players, or the players that we draft in the second, third, and fourth round need to be more productive and more higher caliber players for us to be competitive. And we're not landing in those spots now. That goes back to, you know, the Crosby thing. Like, oh, we hit on Crosby, we hit on Renfrow. But yeah, look at the rest of the draft. We fucking wasted our picks. You know, Renfrow and Crosby. Yeah, Renfrow and Crosby should have been a bonus. Like, oh my God, we got a bonus. We got these 4th, 5th rounders balling out to be in addition to these 1, 2 first rounders that are studs, and those guys just fizzled out. You know, Leatherwood was garbage. Farrell ended up getting a cut after his contract was up. So, you know, I think that's why we see that, oh, the draft was good. But no, we had a top 10 pick and we blew it. You know, same thing with Colton Miller. Like, we had a top 15 pick, or was he drafted 16th? I think after, oh God, Nelson, the guy from the Colts was drafted, we could let, oh shit, what do we do? Quentin Nelson? Because I know that's who they were eyeballing. And look at him. He's an all-pro, one of the best linemen in the league. Yeah. And he's one of the best linemen in the league with the Colts.
Oh, yeah,
and we haven't drafted good the past 5 to 7 years at all. We got hits, we got good players, but it's like we got one good player and the rest is like, we're done.
Well, I mean, so some of the players that we did draft were actually doing pretty good. Who's the 2 interior linemen that fucking the Browns guy that we both had, and they're fucking tearing shit up right now? I mean, negating the fact that they do got Myles Garrett, but I seen
about Mo Hurst.
And
I forgot who else was there to talk to, but there's a lot of guys who are playing pretty good, you know, right now. But it's just that I don't know if we can't. Shelby Harris, yeah.
Shelby Harris.
We never gave Mo a chance. I thought Mo was gonna be a top lineman. The reason he fell in the draft, he's supposed to be a 1st, 2nd rounder. He fell because he had a heart defect. And I'm like, man, that's a badass pick. Like, I'm like, that's a 1st, 2nd round talent, and he didn't even really play him. You know, he had no help, and he hardly ever got snaps. And he goes somewhere else and gonna get coached up because that speed, that athleticism, that grind he had in Michigan is there. We just didn't use it, you know. And we see that a lot. When players leave, they get better. It's bad.
Yeah. Yep. Well, even Arden Key is fucking doing better this year with the Titans. I mean, but it's just
he's hit or miss though. He didn't do shit with the Niners.
Yeah, this year's the only 1 year that he's actually like started off good, but it's tailed off after the first game. Pretty much the first game he came out with, like, you know, out of a cannon, pretty much shot out of a cannon, but like he had, I think, like 2.5 sacks on Carr or whatever. But after that, I don't think he's gotten anything.
That's more than what he got with us.
For real. That first game,
he almost had about 12 and a half sacks 1 year. Almost. But he ended up with like 2. He ended up like 2 sacks. The first game of the season with San Francisco, he gets 4 sacks in 1 game. What the hell's going on?
Do you remember the stat that came out last year? The shit that said about like the team's draft possession. I think the team's draft percentage of like keeping players. You know what I mean? From their drafts, since like 2000, like I think since like 2000, I think we're dead last, but like it's not even close to the second to last. Not even close. It's like so much of a difference of a gap. Everybody else is kind of like this, like from like 25 to 30, or kind of like called into like a section, and then, you know, everybody's kind of like in their sections. But the Raiders are in the class of their own, way at the bottom, bro. Like F minus and shit, bro. Like if you have to grade it, like that's how bad their draft has been since 2000, like since 2003 or something like that. We keep the least amount of players on that we draft, and it's just we're never gonna win like that. You can never build a winner like that.
No, we don't coach people up. Like, we've had bad coach after bad coach after bad coach. You know, I think I don't know. That's the thing, man. I was like, hopefully Davis pulls his head out of his ass, lets people actually do things that know what they're doing instead of him running things. You know, because at the end of Al's career, he was just messing everything up. You know, like he was past his prime, still fixated on old times. And like, at the end of the day, I'm like, who's making some of these decisions? Hire these coaches? Because like when they hired Gruden, I'm like, that's fucking stupid. Like, I mean, he's past his prime. You know, it's hiring a coach that you want to relive the glory days and you want to get that euphoric feel, like reminisce about the past. And that's what they did with McDaniels. Like, let's reminisce when he was with Brady, when he won the Super Bowls. Like, he was good then. Don't think about Denver. Think about the Patriots. And it's like, no, we're getting the guy from Denver. Like, the Patriots, he had Belichick. So it's just, I don't, end of the day, I'm like, man, they hire these people. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And it's failure after failure after failure with head coaches.
Yeah, I think with what McDaniels is doing right now, if he was still on New England and he was coaching the way he is right now, Belichick would have said, "Time out, dude. Fuck that. You're not doing this shit."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's what he had to hear.
Coach. You're going back to quarterbacks coach, motherfucker.
Tight ends coach.
Something like that. Like, bro,
McDaniels needs that. McDaniel needs the Belichick or somebody above him to guide him in those decisions.
The guy's gonna put you in check no matter what. Like, he's going fucking.
And I think we need a strong. I was just saying this to somebody. We need a strong, no shit, no nonsense type of personality that's not going to take crap from anybody. That won't take crap from Al. That won't take crap from the media. There's very few coaches that are like that in the pros and in college. But I think that's who we need to change our culture. We need a coach that's going to be like, I'm running shit, take it or leave it. But the thing is, they got to back it up too and have some line of success somewhere. McDaniels had success as a coordinator, never as a head coach. So we need somebody that has had success either at the college level or the pro level as a head coach that can be like, this is my team. I run shit. Give me 4 or 5 years and I'll get you a winner. And we've never had that ever. We have not had that in 20 years.
Yeah.
If you get a coach like that, Josh, you're gonna have a guy that's gonna want full control, just like Gruden did. He's gonna want, like I say, like we would have wanted Harbaugh. Harbaugh is that type guy.
Harbaugh's a winner.
GM.
Harbaugh's a winner.
Him and
both
GMs
levels.
and owners don't get along. That's why 49ers kicked his ass to shit.
Yeah, because they have egos. The Niners' ego got the best of them, and they're finally back to winning. And look how many years they were terrible for. They made the wrong decision there with Harbaugh.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm down with a coach like that, but you need to back it up. And then if they give you full control, then you're gonna mess up just like Gruden did.
Yeah.
Just coach the team. Use that attitude to coach the team. That's what I want you to do. Let the GM make the decisions, and don't get pissed off about it. You guys can agree on it. Gruden didn't want what's his name.
Who would be a coach out there? A guy you guys would want?
Who?
I don't even know. I don't even know, to be honest with you right now. I'm being dead honest with you. Like, I was even going to look at that today, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I was going to like, what kind of coach were we looking at? You know what I mean? Like I kind of mentioned earlier, I was watching a little bit of Cowherd because I love the way Cowherd, how he just kind of rambles on and looks at the situation and how he writes or whatever, or however he puts it out. I kind of like certain things he says, not all the things that he says. But one of the things that he did say is like, he goes, we have to go opposite of what we've been doing. The Raiders have been doing, let's get this old guy, let's get this guy, let's get Peters, let's get you know what I mean? All that. Fuck that. We need to switch that shit up and go completely opposite direction. They went, like I was saying, Miami, they went from fucking Flores, completely different. Flores' defense, so forth and so forth. Turn around, flipped it over to pure fucking speed offense with Mike McDaniels or whatever his name is. Is that his name? McDaniels, I think. So, you know what I mean? It's like, I think that's the culture shift that we need. It's not necessarily like the fucking hard nose, like gonna get in your face type of guy, but the guy that's gonna switch everything. Because Kansas City is different than anybody else. They didn't stick to certain things. The only teams that are actually sticking to stuff like this and sticking to their traditional ways is like Patriots, Pittsburgh, even Niners switch. How we're talking about how they switch.
Baltimore.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they're established, and they've only had Steelers only had 3 coaches their whole fucking tenure. You know what I mean? How many coaches have we had? How many? Like Josh, weren't you saying that we had like 19, 18 quarterbacks today? Like, you know what I mean? That have started over the fucking last. It's just almost just like we're just bringing people in and just having them run through, and then they don't work. Oh, well, let's go to the next one. Let's get the next big guy,
I think we don't give our coaches enough leeway, but at the same time, we've had so many bad hires.
Yeah.
So it's just like, man, it's like, are we going to hire people that are good and give them some leeway? Because people need 3, 4, 5 years to bring in their guys. Like, You give a coach 2 years, he ain't doing shit. He needs 2-3 years, to bring in the offense, bring in the quarterback, get the coordinators in correctly. But the thing is, when we look like we're playing so bad, there's a difference between playing and losing. Like with Gruden, we thought we had a shot. Gruden's a way better coach than McDaniels. With Gruden, we thought most games we had a chance to win. With McDaniels, it was like, we're fucked. Like, we can't win. It looks like they're flat, or he's going to do something stupid that loses us the game. And when you lose that hope, think of what the players think. They're like, this coach is fucking whack. Like, he's not going to do it. Like, shut up. You're a loser. It's
and
like, how many times?
It just has nothing going for it, bro. Like, nothing.
No,
like,
we look flat.
He's not a people's guy. He's not a people's guy that like people could be like on his side, like, I'm going to back him up for that, or just like, oh, he's a players type of coach. Nothing. He has nothing going for him, dog. It's like, fuck, man.
He's super awkward. Like, I've met him on a few occasions already. Super fucking awkward. Just like, he's standing there like this. He goes, and his neck's gone. No neck Ed. Like, I tell everybody, he looks like, I saw him. I'm like, where the fuck did his neck go? No neck Ed. But like, even with fans, he was super weird, super awkward, like kind of antisocial. And I'm like, is he this way? Because it's like, we see as a football, it's an enjoyment for us. It's a pastime. For them, that's their job. That's their 9 to 5. And if you got a weird fucking boss, or you got somebody that you don't like to work for, which is your head coach, you're not going to want to go to work every day. You're not going to want to give it your all. You're not going to want to run through a wall for that guy, because you're like, this guy doesn't have my best interests. Like, and I don't think he does. I think he's in his own little world. You hear stuff that he burns bridges. You hear stuff that he pisses people off, and you're starting to see it. Like, yeah, man, I could see that in the play now. Like, I just don't know what to think about him anymore. Like, I was trying to give him benefit of the doubt, but now it's just like all those rumors you hear, and all the, like, Brandon Marshall and a couple other Denver players came out and were just talking shit about him. And I'm like, oh, they're from Denver. I'm not going to listen to them. But I rewatched those interviews the past month, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I see where you're coming from now, man. I'm like, all right.
What if he was winning, though? What if we were 3-1? I mean, 2-1 right now.
Yeah, it's just, the thing is, like, when he loses, the thing
that's not where we're at. That's not the reality.
We were 3-0. What if we were 3-0?
Oh, they'd be fucking two-handing it right now. They'd be two-handing.
Oh, he wouldn't be talking. He wouldn't be talking.
Nuts, right?
What it is, though, Gravy, like, what I think see in him, though, is that, like, if we were 3-0 right now, I think he would be he would subliminally, or even probably outrightly, probably giving himself all the praise. But right now that he's losing, he takes no accountability for it. Like, he throws like people under the bus. We can't be turning the ball over that much. We can't be turning the ball over that much, and this and that. We got to get better in this aspect. Like, talking about the players and what they need to get better, but he never puts like that accountability on himself. I'm like, we need to fucking coach better. Like, saying something like that, you know what I mean? Or like, obviously that's obvious, but at least fucking saying it once in a while, bro, and taking some accountability. Like, that type of shit just irks me, dog. Like that, what about him? Like that shit that you just, that's the reason why.
Every interview, just about every interview I heard him say, and that starts with me. That starts with the coach.
Yeah, but like right after that sentence, though, when he says that shit, he says we gotta
throw somebody under the bus.
And
like, this thing, I'm gonna give Derek Carr some props right now. So
what?
One of the stories. Oh yeah.
So they're gonna say kick him out in the chat. They're gonna say kick him out.
Kick him out. No, one of the reports you got from the Derek Carr camp and his brother, and then players close to him, was that he aired Derek Carr in front of everybody in practice and in the film rooms. He threw Carr under the bus, like they said, bad, and Carr did not respond well to it. He did not like it as a coach. So you're starting to see that, like, he throws people under the fucking bus. Belichick does it, but he does it differently. And people would always say, like, you don't see it, but Belichick's kind of a funny guy. He's kind of super, static sense of humor, like, but he's actually really funny with what he says and how he talks shit to you. And multiple players have said that, like, for the past 20 years. But with McDaniels, they're saying, no, he just throws you under the bus and then fucking moves on. And you're standing there like, what the hell? So you heard that a lot from the Derek Carr camp and people around him, that Derek Carr was just getting thrown under the bus from him. And they didn't like it. People didn't like it in the team. They're like, he just tossing players down. So I can see him starting to burn bridges with players too. And it's just, the same thing. I got shit from Denver when I was there. I'm like, we won, but we were lucky. We should have lost that game. And people are like, oh, you're unhappy. You want content. I'm like, no, we look like shit out there on the field. I thought we were going to lose that game. If we play like that week to week, we're going to lose most of our games. And then look what's happening now. We're playing the same way. And, people are saying, be happy with the win. I'm like, no. I'll be happy with the win when we look good winning. We did not look good winning. And I was like, that play is going to continue week to week because we're sloppy. We're not trying hard.
Yeah, we got to be better top to bottom. We got to be better top to bottom, bro. The players also obviously got to be better, but coaching, it's got to come along with it, bro. And it's got to, this weekend, bro, we got to put it together, man, because football's the shortest amount of games played in a season, bro. Like it's every game fucking matters, and that's where it's cliche and everything, but every game matters, bro. Especially these division games. So like that shit can the noise is not gonna stop, but I can assure you that people will start, people will see the silver lining after starting 2-2 with playing this bad. You know what I mean? Can it continue after that, get better? That's the question, but it's just right now what we've seen on the field is not good, bro, and it's fucking just fucked up because we're always the brunt of the joke, you know what I mean? And it's just getting old, dog. It's fucking getting old, but win, lose, or tie, you know what I mean? It's always gonna be Raiders, bro. It's for sure. But it's just sometimes like the incompetence of the ownership and just like just the way we drafted it just wears on some fucking fans sometimes, dog. And it's just, you can see it. It's so like the frustration in some fans, dog, like even on social media, like they're
like my son.
Yeah, they're passionate about it.
Yeah, no shit.
I got this. Is it this game right here? It's almost comparable to the game we just played. A team with a bad defense, bad decision making. The only thing is that you got a better coach with Pittsburgh, and you got a shitty coach on this other side, which is an advantage for us because I think McDaniels is probably be a better coach than Staley. But do we see I see ourselves in the same position? Maybe if we played better, we could dominate this game. But if we play like we played last game, it could get out of hand. I think the offensive line will play better this week just because I think we'll have better matchups this week than last week. Bosa's a fucking. I mean, Bosa were playing this week. I mean, Watt is a different breed out there, man. That dude's fucking relentless, bro. And it's just that whole defensive line was pretty crazy. Like in pass blocking, we haven't looked that bad. You know what I mean? And I think Pittsburgh played that good also on Monday night too, bro. Like they were getting at Deshaun Watson as well, bro. The defensive line is a lot different. I think whoever's playing quarterback this week will have, more time to throw. You know what I mean? So now it's just not playing with blinders on. You know what I mean? Just don't, maybe use your tight ends, maybe use, Renfro here and there. You know what I mean? You got to get them involved, bro, just to like keep like those safeties and those other guys from cheating on Adams and cheating on Jacoby, bro, or like being able to play that, so much in the box. You got to be able to spread it out to where, you could leave these guys guessing and maybe use a little bit more of non-existent again, bro. Like another guy was out there a lot. Tucker was fucking out there a lot, not used, bro. Like it's just, we got to be able to like start mixing it up a lot more, bro. And I think we could play better on offense for sure. It's just with any quarterback, it's just not be so predictable. That's just try to get this shit going, man.
Do you think Jacobs gets it going this week finally, or what?
That's what I was going to bounce off of. Yeah, I was going to say, I think Josh Jacobs gets his legs back today because we're going to need him. We're going to need him.
He looked a lot better this game to where, you remember when I was talking to you guys last week where the combination of Jacobs not looking like last year where he made the offensive line look better than what it was. Like right. This offensive line looked atrocious on Sunday, bro. Like even on what the little bit of yards that fucking Jacobs got, but he was making guys miss on that first tackle and getting a little bit of yards, even if it was 2 or 3. That's how I think it's starting. But like in the first games, he was not doing that. He was getting dropped on first fucking contact right away. Like in the second game against the Bills, that shit was just bad all the way around. But I think he's finally starting to get his feet under him, and I think he'll get it. I don't know if he's gonna get 100, but I think he'll for sure have his best game of the year. You know what I mean? Which is not saying a lot, but for sure he'll have, I think, his best, statistical game. And I think you'll get a tutty this week, bro. I think you'll see the end zone this week.
We need him to.
Off the limb and say he gets 100 this week.
Yeah, if he doesn't, we're gonna lose this game. And if we go in at 1-3, like our season's lost. Like I hate to break it to people. Yeah. You go 1-3, 0-4. You have like maybe a 5% chance to make the playoffs. 2-2, it's about 50%, give or take, somewhere around there, I believe. But the thing is, if we go on 1-3 with our strength of schedule that we're playing, we're done. The season's over with.
Yeah,
I think there's going to be a fucking riot if Hoyer starts. Like, there's going to be a riot.
Bro.
Like, people are going to be calling for McDaniel's head if he starts Hoyer.
Yeah, they're already calling for it.
We're already calling for it.
I didn't go all the ways over there and spend that much money to go see fucking Hoyer play.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like the Niners in the playoffs to go fucking watch Josh Johnson play. Fucking. This is
a game not bad. Make or break.
That's the thing. If the quarterback, if we didn't have the emergency quarterback situation, I don't think Hoyer's on this team. Right. He's a product of a rule change because quarterbacks got hurt.
Oh, okay.
You win this game. You got. It's just like a pivotal game, bro. Like you said, if you lose, then obviously it's not looking any better. You know what I mean? You're losing to a team that's kind of hurt. Yeah, they can put up points, but they don't have a good defense. So it's just not going to get any easier. You know what I mean? It's like, especially with the teams, like if you can find a way to win and look good and build some confidence off of this game, then it starts looking different. The schedule starts looking a little bit more favorable because we have 2 home games back to back against Green Bay and the Patriots. You know what I mean? And then you have a pretty tough. And then you got the Bears in Chicago, which they've looked like shit all year. You know what I mean? So you have a chance there, but in those next 2 games, but you have. I think this is a big pivotal game. You go 1-3, bro. It's like I think you got guys start giving up in the locker room. You guys start questioning more. Like if they're not already, you got guys questioning McDaniels even more. So it's just this game's big, bro. This game's real big. Division game against a guy who I think all around the league thinks that Staley is not a good coach, bro. It's just, his blunders that have been made back, just continuously, bro. The way that they started this year, I'm surprised they haven't fucking
super analytical, bro.
Bro, I think if they lose this game to the Raiders,
the dude's upstairs. The dude upstairs, the analytical guy he has upstairs, is the one that makes the decision on the field. Staley doesn't do that. If he goes for it on 4th down, what's a percentage of a goal? What percentage of the football games the last 10 years where they went on 4th and inches? What happens? It was a 97% of you do this. He'll do that.
Yeah.
And he loses games because of it.
Yeah, bro. He's a
so
bad.
We make him do that, and we make him get analytical instead of playing homegrown football. Then we're gonna get that game.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I think that's the reason why they signed what's his name, their offensive coordinator. Yeah, because if they look bad too this week and they lose to the Raiders, which is a division opponent, I think Staley's on the hot seat, bro. It's fucking. I could see him getting active because the Chargers are known for that. They'll fire in mid-season and shit like that. So I could see them canning them over quick because they're not waiting around to fucking. They have a $300 million quarterback now.
Yeah, so, I mean they got a top 5 offense, so they better win. I don't. That's what I always look at the Chargers. I'm like, man, they got some good players. They got some dogs on defense. Mm-hmm. They got a really good quarterback. They got one of the top running backs in the league, but they can't win. And that's no matter if that was the Pittsburgh Steelers or something like that, you got a 13-win team, but it's the Chargers, so they're gonna fuck up.
Yeah,
so they're like us. They get all this talent, and it just never seems to go right.
Well, on that note, we need to get out of here, guys. I'm gonna get some rest, so I'm trying to get all this parvo away from me. You know what I mean? So, Josh, thank you for pulling up, man.
Hey, so you can make it. You better
start I'm gonna do everything to
bro. Green tea, honey, all that shit.
Like,
Drink some bleach, bro. Drink some bleach.
Lemon tea with honey, dog. Lemon tea with honey.
Lemon tea with honey. I'm gonna do that too, man. I'm gonna be there no matter what. If I'm masked up, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna be there.
Before you go, I'll tell you a funny story. I had COVID and I went to a Marcus Allen signing and I coughed on him.
Hey, JT, a guy that
love you, bro.
I swear to God, I'm not making this up.
JT, we have the homie that comes in here.
He signed him away, like he signed him off one time when he was trying to get an autograph from him when he was a young kid. So he hates Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen? Yeah.
That's what he gets. That's what he gets. Messing around with
it was at the Lids in Vegas, and I was hella sick, and I was like, fuck, I probably have COVID, and the test came back Monday, but I tested Saturday and it came back Monday, and I was like hacking up shit, and I'm like, and I'm talking to him about the Pac-12, and then my test pops up, and the next day we're like, shit, I probably gave Marcus Allen COVID, because I was hella close to him, talking to him like coughing and shit.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't know. He didn't know. He didn't know if he had it or not. Yeah,
hey, but before anybody takes off, man, as we were here, I got a text from Mr. Fitz. Mr. Fitz is going to be on the show Thursday, but he has something going to where they have some sweet tickets right now. Like, I'm not saying sweet tickets, I'm saying sweet tickets available. So this is his Instagram. So I told him, I said, I throw it up there for him. Go to Instagram, Mr. Fitz, reach out to him. I don't know who else is going to be in that suite. So if you guys are looking for some last minute tickets, they have like a couple spots open. So man, you guys are true fans, and you know what I mean. I believe TJ is going to be there. I believe everyone's going to be there. I don't know if you're going to be with them or not.
All four of us on this screen are going to be there.
Yeah, we're all going to be there, but I'm not in the suite though. Like they have a suite.
Okay.
They have some tickets out there, bro. So if you guys go to Mr. Fitz, go chop it up with them on IG. You might be able to get some of those tickets right there, and you might be able to meet some of the, like
we gotta black this shit out,
right? Yeah, I would have bought them right now, man. But come on now, but
we didn't get a proper opener last week, bro. We didn't get a proper opener last week. Yeah. We gotta black this shit out in LA, bro. So anybody, you guys get the tickets ain't actually. I went on StubHub today, bro. I saw tickets as low as 130, 120, something like. Yeah, you could get them. You could get them for that cheap right now. So like, it's top row, whatever. But just black this motherfucker out, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go.
So are we doing all black? Are we doing white? What are we doing? Because I think I'm still. Well, I thought it was white, right? Because we're away.
I mean,
it's a home game for us. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, we're doing black. I'm doing black then. All right, that's good.
We gotta treat this like a home game. Yeah, we gotta treat this one like a home one.
This is our home.
Shout out to Mr. Fitz. Mr. Fitz, take a look at your mailbox in a day or two, bro. You got something coming.
Yeah. It's gonna be out there, man. But Josh, thank you for pulling up, man. It's always a pleasure, bro.
Appreciate it for having me on, man.
Hell yeah,
Josh, you're the man, brother.
Yeah, man.
Go play some Fortnite with my kids.
Thank you guys for everybody pulling up, man. Be thankful for what you do, got what you don't, and don't drink and drive. And man, we'll see you guys on Thursday, man. You guys have a great night, all right? And all three, Raiders.